So today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video. It's probably the most highly requested video to my channel. It's going to be the tutorial on this type of wallet. It is not a regular accordion if you are not sure about it, but it is going to have the regular accordion section with the coin pouch in the middle, and then what is different about it is you flip this down and it is going to have two card pockets, the short with the ID. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. Again, it's been highly requested. The supplies you're going to need are 3 rolls of duct tape. I am using s'mores, white, and maroon. You can use whatever color combo you would like, but this is just the one that I chose. Gray tape, a piece of ID plastic, I'm using top loader, some clear tape, I'm using the Ultra Clear by Scotch, a pair of scissors, I'm using the Fiskars Duck Edition, piece of Ziploc, I'm using Glad, 2 pieces of Velcro, one that is a dot and then one that is off of the roll. A ruler, I'm using 2, a cutting mat, of course, an X-Acto knife, and a card. The first thing you're going to do is make the coin pouch, which is right here, along with the expandables, but the first thing you're going to make is the coin pouch. First thing you're going to do, if you do not know how to make a coin pouch, is you're going to make 4 pieces that are 3 3/4. I'll make mine just a little bit over. You're going to take your Ziploc, again I'm using Glad, and you're going to take one piece of it, lay this one to the side, and you're going to take one of your pieces of tape, preferably the one on the top. If you set them out like this, if you didn't, just use any piece, and you're going to lay the piece of tape right underneath the Ziploc, but not touching the Ziploc because that will interfere with the closing process. And you're going to fold over the tape so that you have somewhere to grab. And then you're going to stack it up to be 3 squares high, so 1, 2, 3, and you're going to line it up on the inch line. You're going to do that to the other piece of your Ziploc. Next, you're just going to lay both of them to the side for now and get your pattern tape. I'm using, again, s'mores, and you're going to cut 3 pieces that are 4 inches long. Now that you have your 3 pieces that are 4 inches long, you're going to take one of your pieces of Ziploc and your tape, and you're going to lay one of the 4-inch pieces of tape half on, half off of the tape. It's not supposed to be as long as the actual coin pouch. It's supposed to be a little bit longer so that you can have more leverage with it. You're going to flip it over and just pat that down, and take your other piece and just lay it almost on the other piece of white that you see, but not quite. You need just a little bit of space in between those, like that. You're going to fold it back over to where this is what it looks like, and you're going to take another piece of your tape and lay it right underneath the Ziploc, again not touching it. Do that to the other side as well. I'm going to take my clear tape, going to just clear tape that down. Then I'm going to take my pattern color again and cut out 1/4 of an inch. Well, just a little bit over 1/4 of an inch, but not quite half. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to put this on the little corners right here. Now this is what your coin pouch should look like, and you're going to fold it in half and zip the Ziploc together. You're going to take your scissors to trim these sides down, but do not cut too much off. Now you're going to take your white tape, in my case, and I'm going to take it and cut a piece that is 3 1/4 inches long. I'm going to cut that in half. It does not have to be perfect again. And you're going to take one of the pieces and put it half on, half off of the Ziploc panel. And you're going to fold that over, but do not let these pieces touch up here. You're just going to squeeze just a little bit so that it'll be connected to the 2 sides, but you do not want these 2 pieces to touch. You do that to the other side as well. Now what you can do is you can open up your coin pouch and fold these pieces in like this. Now for your expandables, I'm going to be using my pattern tape to cut 2 pieces that are 12 inches long. Now that I have my 2 pieces that are 12 inches long, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to cut it to be 4 pieces that are 6 inches long, or 6 squares. And I'm going to take one of them and flip it up and then flip it onto itself. I'm just going to take it and I'm going to line the 2 bottom pieces up, and then I'm going to press my finger right in the middle. Let this tape go, spread that out, and then take my first finger and just spread them out as well, and do that to all 4 of the expandables. Now what you should have made, I'm sorry I can't really tell if this is in focus or not, but what you should have made is a coin pouch and 4 expandables. So let's move on to the next step. Now you're going to take your clear tape. I'm going to take my clear tape and I'm going to cut a piece that is 3 inches long. And I'm going to cut this extra off because it was bent at the end. And I'm going to cut it into 4 separate pieces. I'm going to take one of them. I'm only going to show you guys how to do this once. I'm going to take one of them and I'm going to lay the piece of clear tape on the rounded side. And I'm going to make the rounded side of my expandable along the rounded side of my coin pouch. This is what it should look like. It should look like a little accordion, and you should have some rough edges right here. So to fix that, you're going to take your pattern tape and cut a piece that is 3.5 inches long. You're going to cut that in half, and again you're going to put it half on, half off of the coin pouch or the expandables, and you're going to fold it over again, not letting these 2 pieces touch. What you're going to do with this extra piece of tape, you're going to cut where the coin pouch ends, right in the middle, and you're going to cut straight up and just fold that in onto the expandable. Now this is what you should have, a coin pouch with 4 expandables, and everything should be rounded. Now what we're going to do is take your gray tape. You're going to cut a piece that is 3 3/4, or in my case a little bit more than 3 3/4. And you're going to take your pattern tape, in my case s'mores, and you're going to stack it up to be 3.5 inches tall. And you're going to flip this on its back where sticky side will be up, and you're going to lay it on the bottom of where you put your gray tape. You're going to stack this to be on a inch line, and you're going to take whatever color you're using and put it on the inch line to where you will have a 1/2 inch to fold over. So that's what it should look like, and then you can just fold that over, and you can just cut the side pieces off that are showing over because you won't need them, and you can just scrap them. So this is what you should have right here, and I like clear taping this. You do not have to. So you should have a coin pouch, expandables, and this thing made. Now what you're going to do is again take your gray tape and you're going to cut a piece that is 3 3/4 inches long. You're going to cut it in half so that it has 2 pieces. And you're going to take whatever tape you're going to use for your pocket, and you're going to lay one of the pieces of tape half on, half off of the gray tape and fold it over onto its back where sticky side will be showing. Clear tape and just lay it on the back, making sure that you're not going to put the clear tape over where the card pocket ends. Now you're just going to lay them aside and take your trim color, and you're going to actually cut 2 pieces that are 4 inches long, so an 8-inch strip. And you're going to cut that in half to be 2 that are 4 inches, and then cut that in half again, so you have 4 pieces that are 4 inches long. You're going to take one of your card pockets and line it up on the first set of dots right here. And you're going to take your straighter side of your tape and you're going to take it along the inch line like this. Just fold that over onto itself basically, and then you're going to trim these sides down. So this is what you should have, and do that to your other card pocket. Now this is what you should have along with, of course, your accordion part and your little pocket thing. So you're going to lay them aside and take your ID plastic along with one of the pieces of maroon or whatever tape you're using. And you're going to take it along the first dots as well and just trim that just like you did your card pocket. And instead of just folding this over, you're going to cut it very short like that, and you're going to fold that over. What you're going to do is you're going to clear tape your trims them 1 inch apart and clear tape them like that. And you're going to take your clear tape and you're just going to lay it on top of the trims. You're just going to take your ruler or card and you're going to run the air bubbles out. It does not have to be perfect. Now what you're going to do is just take your knife that you have and cut directly in half, and then cut that in half. And you're going to take your card pocket, fold it up, and cut the excess clear tape off of these sides. And then just fold the extra clear tape onto the card pocket, and do that with each card pocket. But on the ID, you're going to cut the clear tape on the top down just a little bit, but make it to where it's a little bit longer than what you folded over of the tape so that it clear tapes that down. And now you can lay this aside and get rid of this extra piece of clear tape. Well, the fun part is going to start. I'm going to take just a piece of tape. I'm using masking tape, but this is very optional. You can just take a regular piece of tape, and I'm going to line my little pocket thing we made. I don't really know what to call this, my little card panel. And I'm going to line it up on one of the inch lines and just tape that down so that it won't move. Both of my card pockets, and I'm going to put them on. You can put them on however much you want, but I'll go right in the middle of 2 1/4 and 2 1/2. But again, you can go however high or low you want. And then I'm going to take my other card pocket and I'm going to make it to where there's just a little bit of the white showing. And then you can lay this to the side. Now what you're going to do is take your trim color, mine is maroon, and you're going to take it and make a piece that is 3 3/4, and again I make mine a little bit longer, and you're going to do the same thing but with clear tape. Your clear tape, you're going to cut it to where it is 1 1/4 inches tall. You're going to take the piece that is shorter, that is on top, and you're going to lay your piece of tape on it and just peel that up so that there is some clear tape at the bottom. Take your other piece of clear tape, take the straighter side and line it up with the bottom of your tape, of your trim color, and you're going to just fold that over. And I'm going to line it up with the bottom tape yet again, and I'm going to cut a piece that is 3 3/4 inches long. Cut it into 3 pieces. And I'm going to take one of the pieces, fold my short pocket down, and lay it right on the bottom right here where there is sticky, and just pat that down. And do that to both of my card pockets. Trim the extra tape at the bottom of this off. Now this is where you need to get your accordion section. Take your pattern color and cut it to be almost 3 1/2 inches long, but not quite 3 1/2. Now what you're going to do is line your card pocket panel along the inch line. And I like putting just a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch trim. And you're going to line it up and just take it along the ruler. If you don't have a ruler, then just line it up however you think will be best. Then take your accordion section and take the expandable. You need to make sure that your expandables are facing down to this. And you're going to put your expandable that is facing down on the side that you just trimmed. You're going to take a piece of clear tape that is 3 inches long, and you're going to cut that in half. Take one of the pieces and just put it on the piece that you just did. Basically, you just want to fold this piece of tape down so that it is all rounded, and do the same thing to the other side. Now right here you can go ahead and cut your slits. This is what mine looks like, and I'm going to lay this aside. Now you're going to make your outer sheet. What you're going to do is take whatever color you use for your trim, and you're going to cut it to be 9 1/2 inches long. Then you're going to take your pocket color and one of the pieces onto the inch line right here. This part's really hard to explain, so I'm sorry if I suck at it. And then you're going to make it to where it is 4 inches long, so 4 squares, or 4 inches tall, sorry. You should have a piece right here where you can see what you put for your trim color. Now you're going to take your clear tape. You're going to just lay it on top of where you can see your trim color. And you're going to take your card and just run it down so that the tape is flat onto the surface. Now you're going to take your ruler and you're going to cut the lines to be really straight. I cut mine a little bit over 9 1/2, so I'm just going to trim it down to make sure that it is 9 1/2. You should have something that looks like this, and you're going to fold it over so that sticky is facing up. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your pattern tape and just lay it right in the middle. Make sure that there's at least 1/2 inch on all sides. You're going to lay the tape that you see right here, you're going to lay that on to the inch line. You're going to leave 1/2 inch, as I said, on the sides. So I'm going to be putting the tape along the second line of dots. Then you're going to take your clear tape, you're going to lay that right in the middle so that you cover both sets of your seams. And you're going to take your card yet again and just push the air bubbles out. Now you're going to flip this over. Instead of going ahead and cutting this down to the 1/2 inch, you're just going to cut it like this. I cut at an angle so that it's just like this. You don't have to. To take your ID plastic, put it to where the trim looks like this and not this. I'm going to just take it and line it up with the bottom right here and then fold this over. Make sure that these pieces do not touch over here because they are, again, hard to get off. And I'm going to cut it to be almost 3 3/4 and cut that in half. Take one of the pieces and I'm going to put that at the bottom of the ID. And again, take my card. Just take your ruler and cut it to your preferred measurement. I usually cut it almost to a 1/2 inch. Now what you're going to do is you're going to flip that over like this. This part is kind of hard to explain, so make sure you follow along with this. You're going to take a piece of masking tape and line this part up with the inch line, and you're going to tape that down so that it won't move. You're going to take your ruler and you can add however much you want at the top. You're not going to cut that, you're just going to take your X-Acto knife and you're going to go right to the corner right here and cut up. This is what you should have. It looks a little weird, but that is what you should have. You're going to take your expandable section with your card pockets, fold over the expandables onto themselves so that they will be like an expand section. You're going to take one of your expandables. This is kind of hard to see. You're going to take one of your expandable sections. You're going to line it up with where this piece started. So you're going to line it up and then you're going to take it on the bottom of the expandable and cut upwards. So you're going to do that to both sides. You can lay this to the side for right now because you won't need it right now. You're going to take your pattern color again and cut a piece that is a little bit more than 3 3/4. You're going to take your piece of tape, fold the expandables down so that it will be flat, and line the bottom of this with an inch line and put however much trim that you'd like on here. Then what I like doing is I like folding this up and lining it up again on an inch line and then folding this piece down and then cutting it down like that. You don't have to do this, but that's just what I like doing. And I'm going to cut mine to be in 1/2 inch. Now this is the hardest part of the wallet. You're going to take one of your expandables, line it up with where you have cut, and then fold that tape over. Do not fold this part down yet though, because you will need to fold it back up in just a second. Now what you're going to do is just make this flat again and just press down that tape that you just added to this. So it should look something like this. Now you're going to take the pieces that you folded onto your expandables. You're going to peel them right back up. And you're going to just fold this down. You do not want to peel this tape right here up. You're just going to fold that down. And you're going to take the piece of clear tape that you had left over from the ID, if you kept it. I don't know if I said to keep it or not, but just take a piece of tape that is 3 3/4 inches long of clear tape, and you're going to just cover the sticky at the bottom like this. Then you can just do the same thing you just did with your expandables. Go ahead and do that again, but you can fold the top piece down now. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your X-Acto knife and cut at an angle. And then for this, you're going to cut a triangle out of right here. I know that's confusing. It's probably doesn't even make sense. But right here where it is angled, where you cut for an expandable, you're going to cut a little triangle. For your ID, you're going to fold it down and take your knife and do not cut down. Just line up where the tape will be and just cut an angle like that. To fold these pieces over and then fold this tape in and fold this tape in. Now here is the easiest part and the last part. You're going to again cut an angle and cut the little squares out of this. And you're going to fold down the sides. And you're going to fold this down as well, and then take your ruler and cut it to be however long that you like. So you are done with your wallet. You can go ahead and add your Velcro. As I said, you won't need this big of a piece, so I'm going to be cutting it down so it looks like this. You going to take it and put it on above the card pockets. You don't want to put this on the ID because it can go a little bit wrong. You can get too close to the card pockets. So put it wherever you want, right above the card pockets, and fold your ID piece up to meet it. And then you're going to take your Velcro dot and you're going to add that to it as well. And then you can just fold that down. So here is the finished wallet that I made. It is s'mores on the outside with maroon and white. It has a coin pouch. And then you fold this down and it has 2 card pockets, these short with the ID. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. I know there's some parts that are more confusing than others, but most parts are kind of confusing to me as well. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and request some more tutorials down below. Make sure to subscribe and I will see you guys in the next video.